What is up, guys? It is your boy Crimson here, and alright, in all honesty, I just want to whoop some ass. I just want to beat some ass today, and I'm gonna go into Shenron's event and just beat his ass with his team. I'm gonna actually use my team, my setup. No, nothing different. The characters that I want to use, which this boy is on that badass stuff, you know what I'm saying? Dude, by the way, I gotta admit, my voice cracked so goddamn hard just now. But this art, this Python art, I have to admit, this man, it looks so dope. Like, he's so dope. But I like his passive, and I got a couple dupes in him. I think I unlocked the bottom right and the top left. So that's really good. I have one dupe in Gogeta, and I just found a random friend. He actually has pretty solid. He pulled a dupe, so he has some in crit and a little in double attack, so it's nice. So we're just gonna go into this event and just beat his ass, because I'm still kind of salty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still kind of salty that Gogeta beat my ass. Like, I'm a little salty. Like, he's an asshole. But if you haven't seen my last video, I did go back and I beat him. Because you know how your boy do. He don't get taken out like that, you know what I'm saying? So right now, I just want to go into this event and just really just wreck him. I want to see how bad this is going to be. Like, I want to see how stupid this event is going to be, like, just really be taken out. Because I mean, the only one that I have to worry about is the AGL part. But I mean, oh my god, really, Goku, at this moment in time, I don't need you to be doing that right now. But the one thing I actually want to bring up today, guys, is while we're actually doing this event, is the banners coming up. Okay, so now we've been seeing that Global's being treated a different way than Japan has. But now it makes you wonder. So with the upcoming banners, obviously Cooler and Angel Goku is already in the system and are ready to be put out, right? But he continues. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's actually hitting pretty damn hard. I can be happy about that. But that's not what I want you to do, Goku. You're not here for this reason. But basically, with the upcoming banners, it makes you wonder, if they're gonna treat Global any a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? A little bit like Goku a little. But when he's in the rotation, get out of here. Let's see who wants to be. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But with the upcoming banners, it seems like they're treating Global a little different, which I like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna argue with that one. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, in a sense, well, at least I'm hoping that would be pretty dope if they did. If they actually, I love his super attack. His super attack looks so dope. He's just taking dude out. He kicks this dude in the air and then just fucking drops his goddamn elbow on this dude and just fucking blasts him. How more epic is that shit? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's funny because I'm sorry, I'm going on tangent. But it's funny because the Super Kaioken Goku, I mean, his super attack is pretty nice, but I thought he was gonna be a little more epic, you know what I'm saying? But Pycon's super attack, he takes that cake, dude. For real, he takes the cake. This man is pretty stupid when it comes to that. I think it's the most sickest super attack ever, just because it's a lot done to it. But okay, back to what I was saying. But basically, with these upcoming banners, what I'm kind of hoping that would happen is that I hope he doesn't hit me really fucking hard right now. Ooh, bitch. But the one thing that I'm really hoping for is, okay, obviously everybody, I mean, if you haven't seen like people other YouTubers pulling on like a Japan account, Japan actually drops like summonable units. Okay, what I mean by that is summonable support units. So like an int banner, which has like a super int character that will help out the super int lead, and then vice versa with the extreme lead, you know. So I'm wondering if that's what, like, if like these summonable units will actually be part of those banners, you know, like the banners that are going to be coming out, you know, because I think that would be actually a dope idea if they, like, I mean, it would be nice to keep the discounts, but with these banners coming out, you know, in all honesty, I would take like those summonable units over a discount. Because imagine if you could pull them just like within that banner, but also get the card that you want. Because I mean, the discount, I mean, it's only for one rotation, and to be honest with you, you're still spending about 100 stones. And you might, like, usually, I mean, I don't know if anybody else experienced this, but usually with those discounts, they kind of like, I don't know, again, if it's just me, but they kind of shaft like basically the rates on that. Oh, it's over. It is over, my man. But they shaft the rates where basically it's really hard to pull the unit that you want in those discounts. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, when I pulled on the Rose and Vegito Blue banner, I mean, I didn't get Vegito Blue like there. I had to like summon a couple more times. But with Rose, I think it was on the second multi or the third multi that I ended up pulling him. So it's like, with these newer banners that are coming out, like, I feel like they're not gonna be like, I guess, as hardcore like with rates. I mean, yeah, it is all rate based, but imagine if you could, like, because if they're gonna like put these units, these support units, on like a totally different banner, I mean, this kind of blows. I mean, this works, but I don't want to get blasted out of the water. So what I'm going to do is heal. Fuck that. I ain't gonna get my ass kicked. Not by Shenron. Fuck that guy. Basically with these banners that are going to be coming out for the support units, I mean, they're already kind of, you're kind of forced to kind of summon on a different banner anyway, you know, which kind of, in a sense, makes no sense, because, I mean, you're going to drop these hardcore, yes, he countered the living fuck out of that freaking super, thank God, good job, Goku, high five. But basically, you're gonna make these separate, and a lot of people already, like, again, are kind of like mentally preparing themselves for, like, specifically global players are mentally preparing themselves for like these banners that are going to be dropping. I'm talking about like the God Leader banners, you know. I mean, a lot of people are waiting for like those major banners where like 2 or 3 God Leads are going to be on there, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, they're already mentally preparing themselves for those banners, which, yeah, but like when like they put these support units on totally different banners, so you're like, if you're waiting for those God Leads, you might not even get those like support characters at all, which is kind of like shitty in a sense, you know, because I mean, like, you really want those, like, not really want those, but they do like provide an extra help for your God Leads, or for just the team in general. Like, it boosts the team's like stats by a significant amount, where you're doing a little more damage than you should, you know, which is pretty damn cool. I mean, I feel like, you know, in a sense that they should include these cards on the banner. I mean, but like, you know, I'm just like, it could be in like a case that I kind of would hate if that was the case, but if they really just kind of like put those units on there, but make them so like easy to like pull, to the point where you don't even pull the God Lead or like whatever like character that you're going for, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but Now let's talk about like possible category support units. Like just like for fusions, like imagine that shit. Like you have like super and extreme support units for like those Titans. But now if you really think about it, since these category leaders are coming out, they might actually drop category support units, you know? Like for fusions, for the fusion dance, it could be freaking Piccolo. You know how badass that would probably be? Because I mean, Piccolo, like in the series, Goku taught Piccolo how to do the fusion dance so he could teach Goten and Trunks, which is pretty damn cool. Like I think that would be a pretty badass idea if you ask me. You know, just to make them like just the character. Because I mean, like it's, to be honest with you, it's kind of like totally random how they make certain support units. Like for the strength one, they made Kaba and Hit, and surprisingly Hit. I mean, I wouldn't consider him like a bad character. He like just kind of does his own thing. He just kind of has his own moral code, and he gets paid whatever the hell. Yeah, see, that's like the type of sight I like to see when Goku does shit like that. You know, it kind of tickles like my ass cheeks a little bit. You know, like I don't know, like it just like really is satisfying when he does like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but like, you know, it's kind of like they don't really have general units for like that. Like that kind of like makes sense in a sense if you really ask. Like for an extreme team like Janemba, I thought they were gonna like, you know, do a character related to that god lead, but they kind of like tossed it in. I mean, I can understand that they're not trying to make it like make sense. Like they're not trying, like they're trying to be their own character. But it's like, it's interesting to see that, you know. It's interesting that they would put like that kind of feature. But I could definitely see it because like Hit, you know, doing his own thing. He just is an assassin, so you would consider him like an extreme character, literally extreme. But Kaba, you know, of course, he's like the most like saint character besides Goku. You know, he doesn't like hurt a fly, you know. But like now with these like category leaders, like who would be like the Shadow Dragon? You know, because I would assume like, because you know, I don't think they would make Goku. I mean, they could, but I would see Piccolo being more of like the fusion kind of like thing, because you know, it would make Piccolo more of a useful character. I think that would be really dope because I like Piccolo. Piccolo is probably one of the dopest characters in like the whole Dragon Ball series, you know. But they don't like give him like much shine. I mean, they just dropped his Dokkan Awakening for the In Piccolo, that he has multiple of them. But I mean, like actually make him shine, because same thing with Hit. You know, I wanted like a brand new Hit. Well, okay, this Hit, the strength Hit is pretty dope. I gotta admit, he's pretty fucking dope. But like, I'm talking about like an actual like hardcore Hit character. Like he's almost like a god to me. Like he's just his own unit. He's just fucking badass. You know, I could see him being the leader of like Universe 6. You know, if they ever make that a category, which I'm pretty damn sure they're going to. He would be the leader of like Universe 6. But like these like new summonable units could like potentially like be category units, which I think would be like so dope. But again, in a global sense, I mean, again, we already seen like Super Saiyan 4s didn't have it. The new banner with the new category leaders like Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, and Shenron, they didn't really have it either. But I hope in the future with these banners dropping, I hope they don't like put them in different like in like those specific unit banners, just because a lot of people are free to play, not a lot of people are pay to play, and even after like this Gogeta banner and Shenron banner, people are just kind of like, you know, really not trying to summon anymore because they didn't actually pull the unit that they wanted, you know, and they spent like tons and tons of money, like more than I like, because like I'll look on Reddit, you know, shout out to all the Reddit people. I think they're really like a dope ass community. I think they're really awesome with the shit that they update. But I like read some of their comments, and people are like spending money on this game and they're not pulling the unit, which I think is unfair. Like even my cousin, in a sense, you know, he really like, you know, grinded out hardcore and didn't pull a unit in like, but he ended up pulling Shenron, but like later on. But that's like, to me, I don't think that's kind of fair in a sense. If you're spending that much, I would assume that you should be guaranteed after a certain amount, you know. But same thing with these banners that are going to be dropping. Not a lot of people are probably going to pump money into it, or like try to like even pull once. I mean, like they'll wait for free stones, but when it comes to like those banners, I don't think that a lot of people are going to pull on them. So it's like, I think it would make more sense to try to put them on the God Leader banners, where it's like, oh shit, I kind of have to pull because now I get that option, or a God Leader. You know, at least they'll like one of the two. At least you could pull like the support unit, and then all of a sudden you can like later on, if they put all the God Leaders on like one banner, like a Gogeta and Janemba sense, you know, you can pull the God Leader later on. So technically you'll be prepared, but for like future notice. So like your team is already good, you know. But that's basically all I wanted to talk about today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.